And I like to always encourage parents and students to speak up when there is an issue with a teacher. Try and ask questions about what other options there are, because you're right. Not every family has the resources to hire a tutor, to homeschool their children, to sit down with their kids every day and do a craft. I mean, like, it's just not the reality. So I think the best thing that you can do is to try and reach out to maybe your school, people in your community, ask the questions. Don't accept that test that's for 70% of your grade as the end all be all. And if it so happens that, you don't get very much of a response, then is when I just got to say, in the long run, encourage your child that it's okay that they didn't get an A on that test at 70% of their grade, and nurture what they're doing outside of school, because I guarantee you that what they're doing outside of school will play a much larger role than that test that's for 70% of their grade. And so
I'm going to underscore that part, because it's ridiculous that one test is 70% of the grade. It doesn't matter. And that's such a hard message to get across to parents. Mm-hmm. And grades, they are in our country. It ends up being linked to, can you get a scholarship? Can you get into this college? It's
like a currency.
I understand why parents care about it, but in the long run, it doesn't matter what your kid got on that test.
Well, but the thing, and going back to this family, is this boy tried, he worked so hard on this project. He is not a test taker. He's got a 504. He's taken a test on a screen. They won't even print out the test for him to be paper and pencil test. And I mean, how many of us as adults could parse out the, different answers to multiple choice on a screen of a subject that maybe you don't even really care about? Mm-hmm. And so not only are the parents upset, but the kids demoralized. Yep. I did all this work, and now I'm
what?
And for what? Yeah. And for what? Then as we explored this whole conversation, and I listeners, I'm going to guess this has come across your radar too, is the mom said, I don't want to quote unquote complain about the teacher, because then it's going to affect her relationship with my student, with my child. And so, that human dynamic comes in there too. And I mean, it's complicated, and, there's no easy answers. Absolutely. But Tiffany, I think what you're saying about, like, at the end of, out there 5 years from now, that test is not going to matter. But what is going to matter is how he feels about himself, how he feels about this system that is saying you're not good enough, you're not capable. And the other place, I have to just say this, because the other piece of that puzzle was reaching out to the teachers. He's in middle school. So of course the mom's encouraging him, reach out to your teachers and ask them questions. But he's so shy, so shy, so immature. That's a huge thing to reach out to a teacher that, guess what? He's never met in person. He's only met them online. And the teacher's stance is, well, they have to come to me. He has to ask before I'll reach out to him. And that is messed up.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean, it's expecting things of students. And also, I mean, another huge thing with all of this Zooming, with all the virtual school, is students are being expected. I mean, like, we work with a lot of families where the kids are still enrolled in their schools. And we've actually been fortunate enough we have direct communication with the schools, and our students don't even have to Zoom with the school anymore. They just Zoom with our tutors, and our tutors take their curriculum. And so we're able to make it much more efficient and a lot less of that. And we've taken on the role of communicating with a lot of the teachers.
Sure. Mm.
However, without that, right, we have a fourth grade boy who's expected to go onto Canvas or whatever platform, figure out how to work.